I am in love with this setup. My old Ram here, well, she is a rolling gun safe and shooting range. You know, with my lifestyle, I travel with guns quite a bit. I'm all the time on the road with some kind of gun, filming something, doing something, hunting, whatever. I know back in February, I went down to almost to dang near Mexico to the Ox Ranch with Henry Repeating Arms to help them run the booth at the Gundies. I carried several guns down there. And with it being a little over 1,000 miles of travel, there's a couple of naps that are going to take place in the truck. And I've got two gun cases that if you get them within a foot of each other, they rattle. So I had them in the back here. Now these tonneau covers are really quick to get into, and I didn't like leaving them there while I slept. So that caused a problem. I had to stop at one exit, take the guns out of the back, put them in the cab, and then just to keep from being seen with valuables while I try to sleep, I'd drive down another couple of exits just to get away, and then I'd take a nap. So that posed several problems with just convenience. You know, it was a little bit of aggravation having to do it that way. But now I've picked up something here that I freaking love. So let's check this out. I am in love with this setup. So now let's say that somebody does get into my truck. You know, Pookie the crackhead sees this cover here. These covers are not very secure, and he pries this thing up. Well, when he goes to get in here, he is faced with 1 and 2 locks. So what he has to do is he has to defeat this lock. Even if he defeats this lock, pulls this thing open, it stops against my tailgate. Now this tailgate, the Rams have got a recall on the tailgate, and this thing's fallen a whole bunch just because of the recall. But anyway, it has got a lock cylinder in it. So if my truck is locked, my tailgate won't come down, and his reach inside of this box is limited. He might get what's right here close. If this bag had a rifle in it, it would be too rigid for him to pull it out. So he might be able to get something here close, but he is not going to be able to get much. So if he gets this one open, this one's just more for gear. He can't get all the way in the back. He might get my tripod. He might get some other stuff, but other than that, he's not getting very far. So yeah, I like it. We have got a really good layer of defense here. So I want you to see how physically large this is. Boom. Dead even with the top of my bed rails there. Only gives me just a little bit of room to stick a duffel bag or something like that, but I don't mind it. So let's go ahead and unlock this tailgate and then let you take a look. Boom. Absolutely cavernous. It's like I can't even see all the way back in there. That's cool. Now I did say that I've got a range in here. Let's set that up. So I've got this base from Crate Tactical. Now don't mind the char. We kind of had a little bit of a ballistic gel fire that burned this thing up. But what's cool about this is you buy the brackets from Crate and then you put your own wood on here. So simply enough, I'm just going to throw a couple more deck boards under this, the 5/4 inch deck boards, and call it a day. So now what I do with this is I'll put my steel in the back, and then I've got 2 furring strips that come up. And those 2 furring strips that come out of these front 2 pockets will hold a target. So I've been in the past using paper, but I found something that I like way better. So this right here is the Infinite Defense Infinity Target. Now this Infinite Defense Infinity Target, I'm glad they sent these out because I was a little bit skeptical of these. But the more I shot cardboard, the more I found that I liked this. At one of my last shooting matches, it was raining and all of the cardboard targets, the heads were drooping like this. So here we were trying to make headshots when it effectively reduces your amount of surface area that the bullet can hit. So here you are under stress, duress, you're on time, and you're getting these targets that droop on you. Well, this being rubber, this is not going anywhere. And you see we've been shooting on it. I had a little fella that I know that was a little discouraged with his little rim fire, so I told him just start aiming at the corner, and he just sat there and started aiming at corners and shooting it, and he was doing really well. So we've already slung a few hundred rounds at this thing. I mean, it's chewed up a little bit, but all you got to do is just throw a little spray paint on it, and she's back ready to go. But yeah, I've got 2 of these things, and I like them because what I'll do is just literally on the furring strips on that target, I'll just clamp these down, and then my steel will be right behind my actual hit zone. So this rubber keeps you honest, and the steel gives you that ding, that nice audible ding. So now my code is PAT15. I don't make anything off of that. It saves you a little bit of money, and that is what counts. So now, speaking of shooting range and range days, I've got the most awesome little rack here. It holds 6 guns. It's from Hold Up Displays. When I was at one of the range days, this thing was extra and they couldn't fly with it. One of the vendors, and they said, hey, we can't get this on the airplane. Do you want this? And I said, you're daggum right I do. And holy crap, I think I need to send them some money. So this is from Hold Up Displays. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our hinged piece, push that ball detent right there till that swings apart. We're going to grab our bottom piece. So this bottom is the cradle for your butt stocks. Then you twist up these T-nuts until they tighten up. Then we're going to take our top and set it on. So let's see what kind of guns are in here. The first one is a bone stock Henry X Model 357. We'll go ahead and place it in our rack. Then I have got a super secret gun that I can't show you. It's under embargo until June the 27th, but you lever gun guys are going to freaking love it. Now let's go ahead and reach in here and open up my Vulcan case. This Vulcan case I freaking love. Man, this thing has been proven to just be tough, waterproof, dustproof, all sorts of benefits to this. So let's go ahead and see what is in it. So the first thing is a Rossi 92 that I've had done up. This is a tungsten Cerakote, and then that's the Ranger Point Precision Costa multi-black. That multi-cam black is freaking sweet. So let's go ahead and put this thing in our rack. Next one out is Blasphemy. So this is my Henry X Model 4570. I freaking love this thing. I bought this thing right before the coof, and I have been all over the place with this, taking quite a few game animals. I love it. So the next one out is my Winchester 94. This one's Project Dirty 30. It has got the same multi-black Cerakote, the Costa handguard system there in stock from Ranger Point Precision. Let's put it on the rack. Next one out is the Gammo Swarm Viper. Now this is a break action air gun. I decided to get into air guns recently, and this thing has proven to be quite a bit of fun. I grabbed the 22 cal system, and it actually has a mag here that is inertia. So you can have this 10 round mag right here, and when you break the rifle, this thing will actually reload itself up to 10 times. It's pretty cool. Next one out is this Typhoon Defense F12. Man, this thing right here, we were actually shooting skeet with this. It was quite a bit of fun. So let's check out this rack from Hold Up Displays. Like I said, we got our X model, another X model. We've got a Winchester 94, a Rossi 92, the Gammo Swarm, the Typhoon Defense F12. And that rack is holding them all just fine. It's a pretty decent assortment of guns. Now, I want the model that has the loops on the back to put pistols on. That right there is what I want. So that is my next goal. Facebook Marketplace is typically a bucket of suck. I hope none of you guys are the typical Facebook Marketplace user. But oh my goodness, I absolutely hate Marketplace. They're either going to lowball you, they're going to waste your time and stop responding, they're going to schedule a time for you to meet and then stop responding, or they're going to try to place a price on something that's that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you won't price your stuff, if I'm trying to buy it, I won't even approach you. But now, for some deranged reason, I'm hardly ever on Facebook, let alone Marketplace. I opened up Facebook Marketplace, and this thing was sitting there locally, like very close, for $500 slash $450. And I said, holy heck, I've got to have this. So the first thing I asked the dude, I'm like, hey, you got the keys? He said, yeah, I've got the keys, and I've even got the printout on how to reprogram the little punch button thing. And I was like, really? Yeah, man, I've got the thing to program the punch buttons and all this and this and this. And I'm like, dude, this is my kind of people. So I said, so if I can get all the money out of the ATM tonight, you know, because I've got a daily withdrawal thing. I said, if I can get all that out today, can I like ride up there and grab this thing? He says, yeah, it's either this evening or tomorrow after 1. So I'm like, yeah. It's this evening. Well, all right, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the look at my rolling gun setup. I am tickled to death. I cannot wait to enjoy this for years to come. But anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. We'll see you next video. I love you. And if I could hug that big old hawking thing, I freaking would.